Imagine an animal that reigns over the frozen lands of the Arctic. It possesses such impressive strength that it could overpower even the mighty African lion in a direct confrontation. It calmly roams places where the intense cold would freeze most living beings. We're talking about the polar bear, the largest terrestrial carnivore and one of the most feared predators on the planet. Stay tuned, and if you're new here, remember to like and subscribe to support the channel. In addition to its immense strength, the polar bear has a unique survival ability. A close relative of the grizzly bear, it stands out for its predominantly carnivorous diet, composed of more than 90% meat. This trait differentiates it from other bears, which generally have more varied diets. Its main prey are seals, abundant in Arctic regions and essential for its sustenance. These bears are masters of adaptation to extreme environments. Born on solid ground, they spend most of their lives on the ice of the Arctic Ocean and are even considered marine mammals. This explains their scientific name, Ursus maritimus, which means maritime bear. This term was coined in 1774 by explorer Constantine John Phipps after studying the close relationship between the polar bear and the grizzly bear. Historically, the polar bear is also called the white bear, and in some regions is known as Nanook, an Inuit word. Distributed throughout the Arctic, they are found in Canada, Greenland, Russia, Alaska, and Norway. Low human interference in these areas has helped conserve the species. Nonetheless, their distribution is uneven. They are found in smaller numbers in the north and in greater concentration to the south, in places like James Bay in Canada. The global polar bear population is divided into 19 subpopulations, with approximately 60% of them located in Canada. Although the total estimated population varies between 20 and 25,000 bears, some groups are increasing, while others face the risk of extinction. Even with inconclusive data on 9 of the subpopulations, researchers are constantly monitoring to better understand the threats facing the species. Polar bears are expert hunters with precise hunting techniques. They remain still, waiting for seals to surface for air. This strategy requires patience and sharp instincts, as seals are agile and slippery, with great skill in escaping. Even with all their experience and strength, a polar bear may capture only 1 or 2 out of every 10 targets it hunts. In addition, their adaptation to the icy environment extends to their method of hydration. With fresh water locked in ice, polar bears metabolize seal fat to obtain water, essential for their survival. Without sea ice, they lose access to their hunting, resting, and breeding grounds, making climate change an increasing threat. Aside from seals, these ice predators also hunt reindeer, birds, eggs, rodents, crabs, and even other bears in extreme situations. And even in a hostile habitat, where intense cold is constant, polar bears possess an amazing sense of smell, detecting prey up to about 1 mile away, or even under more than 3 feet of thick snow. Endowed with incomparable strength, polar bears are incredible swimmers. They have been spotted crossing the icy waters between Greenland and Iceland, and one even swam an astonishing 435 miles over 9 days in the frigid Bering Sea. On average, they can swim at a speed of 6 miles per hour, walk about 3.5 miles per hour, and can run up to 25 miles per hour on land. These generally solitary animals live independent lives, except for females caring for their cubs. During gestation, which lasts between 4 and 6 months, females can gain considerable weight, reaching up to 1,100 pounds. Cubs are born blind, weighing less than 2 pounds, and grow under the careful attention of their mother. Each litter usually has 2 cubs. An adult male polar bear weighs between 770 and 1,500 pounds and measures from 8 to 10 feet long. Females are smaller, weighing between 330 and 550 pounds, and measuring from 6 to 8 feet. However, during pregnancy, females can weigh up to 1,100 pounds. The largest polar bear on record weighed 2,200 pounds and was 11 feet 2 inches long, found in Alaska in 1960. Comparing the polar bear to the grizzly bear, you can see a longer body and a longer skull and nose. The ears and tail are smaller and the paws are wide, helping to distribute the animal's weight on snow. The large surface of the feet also makes swimming easier, functioning as effective paddles. Their paws are covered by a thick layer of skin and tiny elevations, which increase traction on ice. The polar bear's claws have a concave shape on the underside, ideal for digging and hunting. Studies show that on average, they have more injuries on their right limbs, suggesting that most of them are right-handed. Their 42 teeth are sharp and smaller than those of the grizzly bear, especially the lateral teeth, which are designed for a carnivorous diet. Beneath the imposing white coat of the polar bear, there are specific layers of protection. The coat has a layer of dense underfur and a layer of guard hairs that may appear white or yellowish. These hairs are transparent, allowing light to be absorbed and helping retain heat. Over time, the color of the fur changes from white to a yellowish hue. Today, the polar bear faces a difficult battle for survival. Climate change, hunting, pollution, and human encroachment on its natural habitat are constant threats. Although there are still thousands of them spread across the Arctic, the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, has classified them as vulnerable since 2015. Scientists and conservationists are dedicating ongoing efforts to protect this species and study their living conditions to understand what's needed to ensure their future. Polar bears are fascinating and dangerous beings, an impressive combination of strength, adaptability, and endurance in one of the world's most inhospitable regions. Despite their majestic appearance, these white giants represent the raw power of nature and the untamed beauty of the Arctic.